are you doing today? Good, I'm doing well. So it looks like you are my 2:30 appointment, is that right? Okay. So it looks like I have you down for an extended medical history. Yeah. So what we like to do here is first we like to take a very thorough and very completed work of medical history, and we find that it helps us as well as other doctors and hospitals to get a very good idea of what your health is like and what kind of conditions you have, so that can help point us to future diagnoses or any other kind of problems. Yeah, we seem to be some of the first of its kind. Generally, when you do your medical history, you just kind of do it as you go, and unfortunately, it's harder and harder to see a doctor. There's a lot of wait times, and not all people can get to them within a good amount of period of time. So we like to just sit down with the patient, and we will take all of their history, and then if anything should happen in the future, when they do come back, then we will have a pretty detailed record of what's gone on in their life and anything like that. Yeah. So would you mind if I got started? Okay. So it looks like my nurse has taken all of your vitals. Is that correct? Okay, good. She did not do an eye reflex test, however. Do you mind if I do that? What I'm just going to be doing is I'm going to be shining a flashlight into both of your eyes, and I will be checking for your pupils to dilate in one eye and the other. So when your eye that the light is shining in dilates, that is called a direct response. And then your pupil that is not having any light shine in it will also dilate, and that is called a consensual response. Right, so I'm just checking to make sure that that is all doing okay, basically. Yeah? Okay, so I have a very heavy-duty flashlight here. I can't seem to find my pen light. It seems to have grown legs and walked off. So this is going to kind of be bright. So just let me know if it gets too intense and you need to take a break for a second. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and shine this into your right eye, and I will get the direct response, and then I'll do it a couple of times, and then I'll go ahead and look for the consensual response and do the same thing for your other eye. Does that sound okay? Alright. So I'm just going to go ahead and direct, consensual, okay, direct, consensual, and consensual. Okay, looks just perfect. If you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and write that down on my clipboard. Okay, so would you mind telling me your full name? Okay, and your date of birth? Perfect. And that would make you how old? Okay. And your height? Okay. And your weight? going to go ahead and flip through my chart. And I actually have a BMI chart here. So BMI is kind of it's starting to get outdated, but it's still recognized quite a bit. Alright, and it looks like you are perfectly within the means. Just fine. Alright, and how are you currently feeling? Okay. Yeah. Not bad, not great. Yeah. Alright, and on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your current health? How healthy do you feel? Okay. Yeah. I think that's how most people rate it, right? Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and start going through your history. So if you can tell me as much as possible as you know of each thing that I ask, I would really appreciate that. That would help you a lot more than it helps me. So this is just all about you. Okay. Would you mind giving me your medication history? And if you don't really have much recollection about your entire life, if you wouldn't mind just telling me any that you've been on in the last 2 years. Okay, and do you know the amount that you took? Milligrams, grams, sort of thing? Okay. Alright, and how many times a day did you take that? Alright, and when did you start taking that medicine? Okay, and are you still currently taking that? Okay. Alright. Do you have any other medications to list? Okay. Alright. Have you had any acute conditions in the last 2 years? And this would be like if you've had a heart attack, or if you've had any major infections, or an injury, maybe a broken bone, anything like that. Okay. Okay. Alright. Any others? Okay, so you've had a pretty lucky couple years, huh? It's good to hear. It's not a bad thing. Alright, and do you have any chronic conditions? This would be like arthritis or asthma, diabetes, any type of chronic pain. Okay, sure. Alright. Do you have any kind of specialized conditions? This would be something like an autoimmune disorder, or if you have a chronic fatigue disorder, or maybe more of those difficult to diagnose problems, or maybe an intolerance. Yeah, there's some different things out there. I knew a person who was actually, he was fructose intolerant, so he couldn't have sugar. Yeah, his whole family was like that. Really strange, but, you know, with everything that can go right, there are some things that can go wrong as well. Yeah. So, nothing like that? Okay, that's a good thing. Alright, do you have any allergies? Any type of food allergy, or maybe any allergies to medications or anything? Okay. does your surgical history look like? Any surgeries as a child, adolescent? Okay. Yeah, even anything you would think would be relatively minor, I would like to write down anyway. You never know if it might pose a problem in the future. Okay. Anything else? Alright. Okay, and what does your immunization history look like? Have you been up to date, or... Oh, you have a chart for me. Good. Okay. Oh, perfect. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and just stick that in with all the other files. Alright. And if you would like, after our little appointment here, I can make a copy of that for you. So then I can have my reference and you can have yours as well. Okay, sound like a good idea. Good, good. Yeah, I'm glad that you kept up on that. Yeah, personally I like to too, but it seems that a lot of people kind of forget that, and you know, it's something that if you don't need to go to the doctor for anything else, then why would you need to go to get an immunization? But they are rather important, you know, major ones like tetanus and things like that. They're very important to keep up on. Right? Yeah, I'm glad you had a whole chart. Very few people still do that. Alright, and so what does your family history look like? So this could be like if your grandmother had cancer, or if somebody had asthma or diabetes, or maybe bipolar disorder runs in your family. Anything that you would think, any kind of chronic condition, I guess you could say. Okay. And was that on your maternal side or paternal? Okay. Alright. Okay. And was that on your maternal or paternal side? Both? Alright. Okay. Anything else? Yes. Okay. Yeah, and we'll definitely keep these records, so in the future, when these things may start to show up, we will definitely take a harder look at it for you. If it runs in your genetics, then you're more likely to get it. So, for example, I have ovarian cancer that runs in my family, so I generally get pretty thorough exams. I also have bipolar disorder that runs in my family, so I have to keep an eye out for that as well. So we will definitely help you and remind you. So as you keep coming, we will look for those things and help you to find them if they do occur, and treat or help you prevent them. Okay, now on to the next page. Alright, now this is going to be more about your habits. Do you use or have you ever used tobacco? Okay. Alright, and do you use or have you ever used alcohol? Okay, and how often would that be? Sure. Okay, and some of these questions may be a little more personal. I do need to know, so I just want you to know that this is a completely judgmental-free place. I will not comment on any of your habits or any of your answers to any of my questions. This is all just information to me, and I'll write it down. It's not an issue no matter what, okay? This is just going to mostly help you. Okay. Have you used or do you use any illicit or legal drugs? Okay. Sure. And do you drink any coffee, or what does your caffeine intake look like? Like soda pop, anything like that? Okay. Okay. And do you exercise? Good. And how often do you do that? Sure. Sure. Alright. And what does your diet look like? What do you think that it would be like? Okay. Getting quite a bit of fruits and vegetables, I hope. When you can, yeah. Well, it's a very important thing to eat, drink, kind of thing. So fruit juices, vegetable juices, steamed, baked, all that. Okay, and what is your sleep schedule like, or maybe your habits? You sleep quite a bit, or not so much? Night owl, sleep through basically anything? Okay. Do you feel like you get enough sleep at night? Okay, and this is going to go more into your mental health history. I'm not going to prod that deep, so if any question you do not want to answer, I'd just like you to say that you don't want to answer it. I'm not going to write down no. I will just put a mark that you chose not to answer, okay? Okay. Have you ever been seen by or are seeing a mental care professional? Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with ADD or ADHD? A learning disability such as dyslexia? Depression? Anxiety? Bipolar disorder or schizophrenia? Insomnia or hypersomnia? Anything not specified, such as borderline personality disorder, schizoaffective disorder, or something like panic disorder? Okay. Have you ever dealt with feelings or thoughts of self-harm or suicide? Okay. Have you ever self-harmed? Okay. Have you ever been sexually assaulted or abused or raped? Okay. Would you like me to refer you to a psychiatrist or psychologist? Okay. Alright, and now this is going to get a little more into you and your cultural history, I suppose. Okay, what is your biological sex? Alright, and what is your preferred gender? Okay. What is your sexual orientation? Okay. And your relationship status? Okay. What is your race? Ethnic origin? Primary language? What is your secondary or tertiary language? Okay. What do you do for a living? What is your occupation? What is your religion? Do you have any religious limitations or requirements of medical care? Okay. Are there any topics or based on conversation or medically that are taboo or off limits due to personal reasons or religious reasons? Okay. Do you have any special health beliefs or practices? Okay. Do you have any personal feelings regarding eye contact? Or any personal feelings regarding touch? Okay. Do you have a support system, like friends or family, that you would feel comfortable talking to? Okay. All right. Now all I need left is some emergency contact information. All right. Who would you like to be your emergency contact for if we have any issues with maybe surgeries or any medical issues that we need someone else to come in for you to do any paperwork or anything of the sort? Okay. And what is a number that we can reach them by? Okay. And was that the area code? Okay. Sure. Alright, and what is their relation to you? Okay. Are you having any questions regarding what we do here or where we go from here or anything about your medical history? Okay. Alright, so what we're going to be doing from here is you will have to schedule a physical examination with us within the next few months would be best while all this information is fresh and current. Okay, and you can just do that at the front desk. The receptionist will help you with that. We don't generally schedule out too long, so we should be able to get you in within the next couple weeks if you choose. That's up to you. Okay. Alright, is there any information you think I should know regarding your medical history? Okay. Alright, that about sums it up for us. Thank you for doing this questionnaire with me. Alright, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to go ahead and leave the room and you can pack up whenever you'd like and just go out the front door, and that will be by our receptionist's office if you'd like to talk to them about scheduling an appointment soon. Okay, you have a very pleasant day. Thank you.